So we have her room. We've had her for 2 years already.
Aunt Letty and Uncle Punch are ready and waiting.
Clothes size 5 now because she got taller.
Waiting to care for their 4-year-old grandniece, Juliet, whose full identity we're choosing to protect.
We are mentally
capable and willing to do this.
We are.
Punch and Letty are hopeful that she'll be allowed to live in the room they've decorated with pictures of loved ones.
That's our granddaughter. That's her quinceañera. It's really big in our culture.
A culture rooted in family.
It's a big family.
Yeah.
You know, we have a big family. We don't need a reason or a holiday to get together.
Now this family is fighting in court for the right to raise their nephew's daughter.
She's our niece, and we just want her to come back with our family. She belongs with us.
Juliet has been in the care of foster parents on and off since birth because her mother is estranged and her father has had problems with the law. El Paso County Department of Human Services is recommending the foster family gets permanent custody, but her father wants his own kin to raise his daughter.
The system puts guardrails, puts stops and barriers in front of them month after month after month.
Annie Martinez is Punch and Letty's attorney and stood on the steps of the Capitol today, along with representatives from the National Coalition for Child Protection Reform, citing data that Colorado uses kinship care at a rate 30% below the national average.
I do truly think that one of the reasons why Colorado uses kinship care at a rate so much lower than the rest of the nation is that we're one of a handful of states in the country that has codified rights for foster parents.
Colorado did recently pass a new law with the aim at giving preference to kin over foster families.
And in the month that it's been in effect, I still don't think anyone knows how to use it in the courtroom.
They say more should be done to ensure children remain connected to their culture.
This child, in any of these circumstances, does not exist in a vacuum. They are a whole of their history, their culture, their heritage, everything their parents, their aunts, their uncles, and grandparents bring to the table to make who they are.
And what we're afraid of is that they're stealing her from us. She'll never, ever know her culture. She'll never know her family. She'll never know her language. They're trying to take that away from her.
Trying to take that away from her,
and that's not right.
Ultimately, it's still up to a judge to make the final decision.
We don't want her to grow up wondering who she is, you know, wondering where she came from.
About 20 minutes ago, I spoke with Lee Freeman, founder of Foster Alight, an advocacy group for foster parents. He says that the new law paints too broad a brush, mandating preference for family placement. Freeman says sometimes placement with a foster family is better for a child versus an obscure relative who has never met the child in question. And if it takes a long time to find a family member, Freeman says that can cause attachment issues, especially for infants who have been with foster parents for an extended period of time. Tom, Kim, in the case of Punch and Letty and Juliet, they will have their day in court in November.
It sounds like laws may do a lot of this, but it comes down to judgment and case-to-case knowledge and sense, and that's hard to come by, but it sounds like it's what's needed.
Well, and that's exactly what the whole issue is, according to the foster care advocate, is that the law is too broad and is placing favoritism towards the family. But then, of course, the advocates at the Capitol today will say family is where the preference should be.